Hello guys, how are you doing today? It's good to be here again, and my name is Olutokoyemi. I want to say thank you to everyone who has been part of this channel. Thank you for your sponsorship, thank you for subscribing, thank you for sharing, thank you for the likes, and many more. So I want to say thank you so much for my subscribers, and for those that are just coming here for the very first time. I want to welcome to my YouTube channel. And okay, so today I just want to say that for those who want to relocate to UK, I just want to tell you in this video that there is hope. There is hope because a lot of things are already happening behind the scene. There is no much of broadcast or information about this, but really I can tell you that a lot of things happening behind the scene. Can we remember that in December the Home Office, the UK government came up with a rule, a new immigration rule, that one, international students will not be able to bring dependents from January 2024, that's this month, and that is happening already. So for those who are schooling in the UK, you can't bring your family. Of course, it's not a new news anymore. But today I just want to share some things with us to let us know that there is hope at the end of the tunnel, and this tunnel might really be very short. It might really be very short. Stay tuned to this video. Let me just share some things with you. I love you guys and stay tuned. Okay, sometime in December, the UK government stated a new immigration rules, and one of them is that from 1st January 2024, the international students can no longer bring family members to the UK. As you can see on my screen, tough government action means most international students can now no longer bring families to the UK, and that means that irrespective of the course you're doing here, as long as it's not a PhD course, there are some clauses to it, but a lot of international students cannot bring their family over, and that is the news. And you know what, the UK government is happy with this information. From popular blogs, websites in the UK, on my screen we can see that in 2021 publishing, we can see that international students worth 28.8 billion pounds to the UK. That is how much international students contribute to the development of UK. Now, looking down a little bit, it says every part of the UK is financially better off on average by £390 per person because of international students. Now it says international students in Sheffield, for example, Nottingham, London, Cardiff, Glasgow, and Newcastle are among those who deliver the greatest financial contribution. Yeah. Now we're gonna look at some other part, and this is for 2021. I'm going to show you 2022 now. Now this is 2023, and we can see that international students boost UK economy by $41.9 billion, £1 billion rather. You can see it's a very huge contribution into a country's economy. A lot, £41.9 billion. That's huge, man. Damn. And that is 2023. So from what we just did, or from the previous website I just showed you, what we have in 2023 is like, it's almost double of what was in 2021. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say. Now this is 2021. They have 28.8. And now in 2023 we have 41.9. It's close to double, really. And now I want us to just read through some things here. You see, now new figures show economic benefit of international students rising from 31.3 billion pounds to 41.9 billion pounds between 2018/19 to 21 to 22. You can see that's huge. The third point here says on average each of the 650 parliamentary constituencies in the UK is 58 million pounds better off because of international students. Don't you think of what I'm thinking? It looks as though the country is living and sustaining itself because of international students. They're leveraging on the contribution of international students. Yeah, and it's a huge one. Now it says even when accounting for dependents and other costs, international students. Even when accounting for dependents and other costs, international students are a huge net contributor to the UK economy. Now, between you and I, the question now is, why are they saying don't bring dependents? Because from this information, even after accounting for dependents, the international students are still a huge contributor to the UK economy. Now, another one says every 11 non-EU students generates 1 million worth of net economic impact for the UK economy. Can you imagine? 11 million pounds. That's a lot of money. It's a lot. So now let's just go through some figures quickly. I'm just gonna do a lot of summary. Now let's look here together. It says on average, international students in 2022 cohort makes 58 million net economic contribution to the UK economy per constituency. This is equivalent to £560 per member of the resident population. And that is huge. Is a lot. Now I have a point here I want to point out to us. This is a point here I want to point out to us. So sorry guys. Okay, so now that's for this. There's a point here. Okay, it says UK universities is the collective voice of 140 universities in England, Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland. It said its mission is to create the conditions for UK universities to be the best in the world, maximizing their positive impact locally, nationally and globally. Universities UK acts on behalf of universities represented by their head of institution. Now, what did their head of institution say? That head of institution who governs, who has over 140 universities in the UK. This is here now. Look at it here. It says, meanwhile, Financial Times on Friday reported that Chief Executive of University UK, Vivian Stern, who represents more than 140 universities, said the sector was facing the prospect of a serious overcorrection thanks to immigration policies that deterred international students from coming to study in Britain. Fine, they've been able to achieve that, no doubt. That the UK government have been able to achieve this, no doubt. But looking forward into this, Stein also says that the government needs to be very careful. Says because we could end up with from a policy point of view, what I would consider a serious overcorrection. She also said that with 9,250 domestic tuition fee effectively frozen for the past decade, you can see that is one. UK universities have increasingly relied on the non-EU student to make an ends meet. Two, you can see that. This is obvious truth that is being listed out here. Now, it said with fees from non-EU students now accounting for nearly 20% of sector income. You can imagine how huge that is. Now let's move forward. It said universities are warning privately that numbers have softened sharply. this year following a series of hostile policy moves by the government. Now it looks as though this government is yet to understand the implication of that decision, of that new rule, that new law, that international students should not come with their dependents. It's going to affect them massively. In fact, it's seriously affecting them. He said with indications that enrollment may have fallen by more than a third from key countries. I love the fact that the key countries are actually mentioned here. Part of them are, he said, including Nigeria and India. Nigerians are huge guys all over the world. We don't joke with them. Now, imagine what is happening here. It's already counting on them. It's already speaking. It's already choking them that we are messing up with our economy. That is what it means. Now, it means we are bringing this rule and we are fighting with our economy. We are making a huge negative impact on our economy. Now it says our senior investing insider told the FT that the sector as a whole have been spooked by data that showed the number of international students taking up places in January 2024 was way below the bottom end of projection for everyone. You can see. So nobody's applying, nobody's coming to the UK to come and school, nobody is looking in that direction. Of course, if I'm the one, I won't also look in that direction. So he said now in January, Sunak, that was when he gave the policy, changes in government policy to stop international graduates from bringing family members to the UK, adding the policy with delivering for British people. The government also announced in December that it was revealing the so-called graduate route, and so on and so forth. But now they are facing a huge setback. Now let's look at this. He said you take those things together and you've got a big problem. That was what Sten said. He said, warning that the government needed to wake up to the risk posed to a sector that contributes 71 billion pounds to the UK economy every year. Every year, international students contribute 71 billion pounds to the UK economy every year. Isn't that huge? It is so huge. It's a lot. You can imagine. So guys, irrespective of what you might be thinking right now, you might be feeling down about what the UK rule is. Guys, I want to encourage you. It's a matter of time. They're going to change this rule because they're already feeling a lot of it on the inside. They're already feeling a lot of it. So I just want to encourage you guys, just calm down, just relax. So what I'll just advise you to do is to sit back, make your documentations ready, because this rule is going to be changed soon. And then as soon as it is released, as soon as there's a change of rule, you can start shooting your shots and applying for schools. Alright guys, I'm gonna see you back in my next video. No country will ever see its economy crashing and just watch it crash down. Not even this Western space where everything is actually based on tax. So guys, I want to believe that the UK government is working behind the scene to ensure that the economy does not crash, especially considering international students. So guys, let's be expectant, let's be positive, let's be waiting the good news that would be shared as regards the immigration rule. Let's wait for amendment or let's wait for reversal. Either ways, let's wait for the good news. It is loading. So thank you guys for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe. Just click the subscription button and let's have fun. See you later.